Coming up, Washington hosts New York as the Giants seek their 6th straight win in the series. Can the football team snap the 5-game losing streak? Find out next on Thursday night.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the New York Giants and the Washington football team. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Now Jones. Screenplay, Johnson. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. So Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked.
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown. season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. DeAndre Carter returning it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third-down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On 3rd down, Heineke. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Justin Tompkins for the Washington field goal. A 60-yard attempt.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning it, John Ross. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season, or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right, Gibson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Heineke. This left side caught by Fulgham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Yep. Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted. On 1st and 10, Heineke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jones now on 1st down. Gets it quickly to Galladay. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a giant 1st down on a gain of 16. On a jet sweep, here comes Tony. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Barkley. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this to the rookie from Florida. That's Kadarius Toney. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And some room to work. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete to Toney. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Jones finding Toney for a Giants first down. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. That's caught by Galladay. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter, and they trail here to begin the 2nd half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Heineke's throw into the hands of McLaurin. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On first down, right back to Gibson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Heineke. He's got it to Gibson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Play action now. Here's Heineke. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Very good as a rookie. Terry McLaurin was even better in 2020. 87 catches for over 1,100 yards. He is definitely wide receiver 1.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And Washington able to make this a close game again. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Throwing again on second down. Jones going right side. He finds Slayton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun. Jones. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay from 13 yards out. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they go play action. Now Heineke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 7 yards to pick up there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Heineke. That's to Fulgham, complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing, Heineke. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot.
Touchdown, Giants! Kadarius Toney with his first career NFL touchdown. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. McCann's got it teed up. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Flush to his right. That one caught. It's the rookie De'Ami Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Heineke on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Here's Gibson on the read option, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing, Jones. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. It's Barkley on the counter, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. McCann's kick is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On play action, Heineke slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. Flushed out right. Finding room at the 30. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. 1st down, Heineke. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Heineke again. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Heineke. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So on comes the Giant offense as they'll try for 2 here. Jones throwing for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. To throw is Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw again on second down. Heineke. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. McCann's got it teed up. Here's Carter now on the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And the Washington offense stringing together a couple of good pickups. It's another first down. Here's Heineke. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First down Giants. Jones to Ingram. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 132 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now Saquon Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on second down. Heineke. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Julian Love picks it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call